Bad news about the Epstein case.
Six funky Florida man coming at you again with a new infuriating update in the disastrous handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case here. No good
This was uploaded 13 hours ago.
news on this front, sports fans. All of us continue to wiggle our cheeks into the front row seats to blatant, evil, degenerate corruption.
They really think that we're too stupid to understand that these files are being covered, dude. And they keep fucking stepping on themselves, too.
Most obvious cover-up of all time and unfolding right
it's
in front
so
of us.
fucking obvious. Oh my god, dude.
Today, I'm sure a lot of you saw, there was an amendment put forth that would try and force the DOJ to release the information.
My favorite thing is that it had something that would regulate crypto in it, so they failed it. They didn't pass it.
They have on Epstein. I'm going to go ahead and immediately tackle the titties on this one up front because some new
It's bullshit. They keep lumping all this stuff in together like the big beautiful bill. Bills should be passed separately from other bills. There is no reason why we should have 7 fucking bills in one fucking legislative pass. It's bullshit.
Influencers' desks, a bunch of these shill android homunculi.
And then on top of that, now they're talking about the government has started talking to content creators and asking them to chill out with the Epstein files. Because the big media places aren't even covering it now.
Are going around with a pocket watch out, trying to hypnotize the public into believing that this amendment was trying to push for something that it wasn't. They are claiming that this amendment was trying to have the DOJ release unredacted information and evidence in the Epstein case, meaning all of the victims' names and videos and shit, and basically saying that it was trying to get them to release child porn here. Which is so fucking outlandish, it is a lunacy. That is a load of barnacles, and yet there are a lot of people that now believe it, because they didn't bother to look at it themselves at all. From all available information...
It was from a Twitter post. So they posted this for Twitter, and then a lot of people were actually bamboozled by it.
Well as from the individual behind the amendment himself, this was basically just trying to get the DOJ to release the Epstein evidence and client list, which, as you might recall, is exactly what Trump promised to do. Not only Trump, but a lot of people in the administration as well, and a lot of people that ran with that as a crucial point. All of them...
That's what I kept that's what I keep saying. If it wouldn't be so big of a deal if the whole reason why they ran wasn't based around that damn Epstein file. They dug their grave. It's time to nail the nails in the coffin and bury it.
The public that if they get elected, this would be something that they would release.
Yep.
For sure, because it's extremely important. Now, they haven't, and they're actively denying its existence.
And they're trying to say it's really not that important over all the other good things that happened. Well...
And now the new talking point is Trump claiming that, well, the files do exist, contrary to what the DOJ and FBI said about, like, there being no client list and no blackmail. Trump is saying, no, the files exist, but you can't trust them, they're fraudulent because they were written by Obama and crooked.
Yep.
But in essence, you can kind of boil this amendment down.
Like I said, they're stepping on each other's toes. They keep thinking that we're that goddamn stupid, but then whenever it doesn't work, they have to backtrack, and obviously Trump would be panicking. I mean, if I was Trump, I'd be panicking, especially if my name was on a list. But that's why you don't do stupid shit. You do stupid shit, win stupid prizes. I mean, here you go.
Trump and the administration
Here's your sign.
Releasing what they said they would release. This is the flight logs. This is the client list. That kind of shit. It is not trying to force the DOJ to release unredacted videos and information of the victims. That is obviously not something that anyone is asking be shared with the public. It is disgusting, and it is a crazy deflection that they're trying to pull here. So, anyway, this amendment was put in there, and it was voted on by, first, the House Rules Committee, where it caught the hands in the Thunderdome and got blocked. They took it over their knees.
Well, it got blocked because it wasn't just the one bill. They had other crap in it like they always do. And then they blocked the one thing because the one thing alters people's livelihoods. So, of course, they would block it. It's like if you had fucking, I don't know, more bottles of water for fucking, I don't know, that fucking county that got lead in its fucking water, and you had like another one that was for abortion rights. Well, of course they're gonna fucking they're gonna refuse it because they don't want abortions. Like, of course.
Easter. Also, I am unfamiliar with Virginia Fox here, but she is looking like an ancient artifact here. That is a fossil. Pardon me while I go on a bit of a tangent here. It's a little unrelated to everything, but I'm just so tired of how everyone in power seems to be extraordinarily old. She looks.
You know why? Because there's no term limits. And whenever anyone fucking talks about it, I always get, well, it's because you don't want term limits on people that know what they're doing. Well, they don't know what they're doing because the fucking U.S. is in turmoil. Of course they don't fucking know what they're doing. And on top of that, you've got the big industries paying them. So they're just pocketing all that money. And they're not doing what's right by the American people. What do you expect? How do you think corruption happens? We need term limits, dumbass. These people are so fucking old, they don't know how to regulate anything other than shit from the 60s. So of course they wouldn't know.
Sarcophagus. Why is everyone in power here so old? Like, Jesus Christ, she looks like every time she farts, dust comes out. And it's not like exclusive to just like some political people here and there. It's like a ton of them. Fucking Joe Biden was hardly ever lucid. You'd have to wave like an ice cream cone around his nose just to get him alert for conferences.
Nah, bro, no. It wasn't an ice cream cone. It was like little girl's hair. Like you put the little girl's hair in there and it... Never mind, I'm done. I'm gonna stop. Let me stop. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop.
Are so fucking old.
Let me
like
stop.
Trump is extremely old too. So many of them are, and I'm really tired of that being commonplace.
And let me be straight here. Trump ain't no goddamn better. I am not a left or a right. There is a difference between right and wrong. And most of these motherfuckers, their ideals are fucked. Like, whenever someone's like, well, you can choose between the lesser of two evils, fuck that shit, man. Ain't no lesser of two evils. I ain't gonna choose either one of those pinpricks. You kidding me? Get out of here with that.
Anyway, though, I'll stop ranting about that. The amendment got blocked here, but that didn't mean that it was completely dead in the water. It then went to another vote, which was the whole House voting on it. But spoiler alert, you can probably piece together the breadcrumbs.
It didn't, yeah, of course it didn't pass.
There either.
On this vote,
Yeah,
the yeas are
of course.
211, the nays are 210. The previous question is ordered. The question is on adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
R.I.P. to that.
Big surprise.
Two-pieced here today. It lost 211 to 210. Now, as I understand it, this would have been leading to a debate, at least, on the topic of the Epstein files. And it still got blocked. Even just the...
You know what's crazy? Is this is hurting the Republican administration so much that they may actually lose mid-elections. They might lose mid. Like, their score overall is plummeting because of these files. They may actually lose seats. That's how bad this is. That's why they keep bringing it back. That's why they keep bringing up the Epstein files.
Talking deeper about the Epstein files. Now, I was reading a bit from people that have been very vocal about how important this is to them, yet they came in here and still voted to block it.
Yep.
And from what I've read, they're saying that it was confusing in that this amendment was attached to a larger discussion and vote around cryptocurrency.
There it fucking is. What did I say? There it fucking is.
In regards to cryptocurrency.
It would have regulated some of the crypto coins to the point where it wouldn't have even been feasible to use them anymore.
Voted no because of that. I also read some of them saying that this wasn't actually a vote about the Epstein thing because it was attached to the Genius Act, which was the cryptocurrency thing.
Mm-hmm.
What they were voting no to was the Democrats having the House floor or something to that effect. Ultimately, though, the outcome...
That doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why the hell do we have these people in places of power that can't do shit? What is the point?
Same. There is now not going to be a debate or deeper discussion on the Epstein files and client list as a result of this amendment or anything. It has been blocked in that regard. So whatever the reason for the no was...
Well, I hope they enjoy having the seats while they last. Because if they think they're going to keep them just because they do this, they got another thing coming. People aren't retarded, and we're tired of being strung along and lied to. It's been going on since 2019 or 2020, whenever they brought this sick fuck to justice. And you know what? It ain't gonna stop. Oh yeah, it's always about money. But you know what's even worse than money? Power. And you know what happens whenever a senator doesn't release the Epstein files? They lose it.
Is that is not going to happen, at least not from this amendment, at least not right now. Regardless, the outcome remains the same. The Epstein files remain in this limbo where for many years they had existed and were very important, and any day now it's coming, and then a week ago, DOJ...
They don't exist, right?
Real, there's no list,
and then Trump comes out and says they're all phony.
Killed himself.
That they just keep stepping on each other's toes because they're frantic to try and make this go away. And the content creators, the people that they can't fucking control, like the media, they can't control.
And now, a few days after that, the
big surprise
do exist, but Obama and crooked Hillary wrote them. So it is just a huge fucking song and dance.
They're fucking scared. And they should be, rightfully so. They can't coerce the media to say what they want or to get off of the topic altogether. Like, they can't do that to the content creators. It won't fucking work. We own the market now, not the big media like Fox News and shit. It's our market now. It's the young people's market. It's not the boomer anymore. Get used to it.
Ultimately, still getting nowhere here. Our government continues to...
You can't bribe us because we make more money from one video talking about this. At least I don't, but they do. From talking about this than you could ever fucking muster to give us.
Protect pedophiles that were incriminated.
Except I'm for free. You know, I'm not getting paid to say this, but yeah.
Epstein case, still no arrests have been made, and they continue to lie about even the existence of some of this evidence. And they're hoping that eventually you'll just move on from it. If they can continue to downplay it and try and hypnotize you into thinking it's no big deal,
of course,
eventually you'll swallow the shit they feed you with a big smile on your face and be the compliant, good little drone that they want you to become.
Yep.
And for some people, it is working. Unfortunately, every single day.
It did fib a lot of people on Twitter. I was watching a little bit of Asman yesterday. I was actually really fucking busy yesterday. If you didn't realize, I had 9 videos go up yesterday. I was editing that stream from yesterday like crazy. I was trying to slurp every little bit of content I could out of that. And kind of like brush it down and polish it up just a little bit. But apparently he had people going in his chat saying that they have been bamboozled by that Twitter comment, that Twitter post from the government talking about the Epstein files, saying that, oh, well, you know, they didn't pass, so there's nothing we can do. So then you do it again. You keep trying to pass it until it fucking passes, because the American people aren't just going to back down from this.
People just wanting to bury this and move on from it. But I also think there's a large number of people that can see right through this garbage and see just how corrupt this is.
Just a very quick briefing.
This is so corrupt and so disgusting that the longer it takes these people to release these files, the more and more I can see that this is just bigger and bigger, because they are trying everything in their power to bury this. And you know what? It's failing. Because they can't control the media anymore.
Credibility of the different things.
Because you can only talk to so many content creators before one of those content creators says no. Hell, there may even be multiple content creators that say no. And you know what? Those content creators collectively, maybe let's say like 1 or 2 of them, they have like 50,000 viewers each. That's 100,000 people that aren't going to let this go. That's more than enough people to make this thing come to light. That can overturn an entire state. 100,000 people, that's a lot of people. You can't control this. It's time for reckoning.
They've seen, and I would say that, you know, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by...
I bet.
You know, we went through years of that.
Well, you know how you can get around that? What you do is you get this thing called a flight log. And it has names, it has transportation destinations, it has times, it has dates, it has a list of fucking people. And you should just release that. Bro had private jets, right? Should have a list of names. All the people that were on it.
With the Russia.
And to tell you what, once you're done releasing those flight logs, if you want to clear people's names, then maybe you should release the rest of Epstein's files too while you're at it. Might help.
With all of the different things that we had to go through, we've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well.
This is so big. Patrick Swayze. By the way, Patrick Swayze was removed from a show because of accusations of misconduct with a minor, a young boy. He was acquitted of all charges. Bro's innocent. And he wants this to be released because he was seen on an Epstein flight and he wants this to be released. Not Patrick Swayze. Is it? Dude, I keep saying Patrick Swayze. It's not. I don't think it's Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze. That bro's dead. It's fuck. What was the name of the actor that got acquitted of molesting a boy? Kevin Spacey. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so sorry. Heart goes out to you, Patrick Swayze. You'll always be a legend to me. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey is this guy. That's Patrick Swayze. Fucking Kevin Spacey, dude. Oh my God. Come on. Piece of shit. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Check that. That's Kevin Spacey. I ain't got nothing against somebody that's been acquitted of charges, by the way. As far as I'm concerned, if you have been acquitted of your charges or you served your sentence, as far as I'm concerned, you should be allowed to come back and go back into society. The whole reason why we have a prison system is for rehabilitation. If they can't rehabilitate with a felony and come back into normal society and live a normal life and get a job, I mean, even people without that can't get a job. I couldn't imagine how hard it is to get a job with a felony right now. But like, as far as I'm concerned, if you go to jail and you serve your time, you're done. You shouldn't have that held over your head, dude. In fact, I kind of think we need to get rid of the parole system and bring back smashing rocks in prison. And that way, what you could do is, it's actually more like a punishment. And you could also put education into the prisons as well. So they go out, smash rocks, and pay for their education that way. And then what they do is whenever they're in there for a certain amount of time, like if they were going to serve parole for like X amount of months, then they're just serve their jail sentence for the X amount of months instead. And then whenever they get out, they're rehabilitated. That's what you need to do with these people. Oh, well, we sent him to jail and he came out. If they're a murderer, put them in there for life. No questions asked. If you kill somebody, put them in there for life. Yeah, they do it for money. That's one of the most disgusting things that's wrong with this country is that we pay prison. Well, they pay prison systems because I'm sure there's a lot of taxpayers like myself that would definitely want our fucking tax money to go to something other than paying prisons for how many fucking people they have in it. That's retarded. Bro, the American people are just sick of this shit. They're just sick of this shit, man. I know I am, and I'd imagine there's a lot more people that feel the same. We're tired of being dealt a bad hand and saying you have to choose from the bad hand. It's bullshit.
They think you're a fucking bumbling moron.
They do.
Think you are stupid. It is unbelievable how little they think of your intelligence to be trying to pull shit like this. Trump continues to try and assure everyone that, well, I guess the files are definitely real now because Trump keeps talking about them.
Yeah.
But don't trust them. They are altered. They're fraudulent because they were written by Obama.
Trump's trying to cover his ass because he knows this ain't going to go away. You can bullshit us all you want. We know they exist. We have people like his lawyer talking about it. The lady talked about it. That was his like date or whatever the fuck that was, his girlfriend or whatever. Too many people talked about these files. You even have FBI employees that talked about moving these files around. You cannot hide this. You can't act like it doesn't exist. And you can't say that it was falsified because they have people that were on the ground talking about these files. You can't do it. So stop trying and release these fucking documents.
The whole crew there, the Democrats, it was all part of this big hoax. Which if you just, I'm begging, if you please, just think for a couple of seconds, if that was the case, if these files were all bogus baloney, why wouldn't they have used it as a weapon against Trump and conservatives in general?
That's right.
Why would they engineer this big fraudulent list and then not use it? And also themselves bury it? And pardon me for being a little bold here, but I'd like to plant a little seed.
You know why? It's because there are people from both sides on that list. And there are also people that are all over the world that are probably on that list that are national leaders of other countries. There's even talk that Vladimir's on that list. There's talk that Islam people are on that list. Like, who knows how deep this goes? There's so much money tied into keeping this shit buried. But there's one thing that the American people have power over, and that's voting. And whenever people start losing seats that were on that list, there's always a chance that we're going to get somebody who wasn't on that list in the seat voting to get these files out. And that's how we're going to win this and get these files released.
The Democrats have had ample opportunity to also make the Epstein investigation, the files and client list, a priority to release to the public and actually try and hold these criminals accountable. They had years to do this. Why didn't they pursue it when Biden was in office? The only
because they were too busy trying to come up with DEI woke programs to make sure that white men couldn't get jobs. That's why.
Would be that there are powerful people in that party that are also guilty and incriminated in those files. So this has been something that's been a real hot potato that neither political party has really wanted to grip onto. Neither one of them.
Yeah, because they know that if they do that, there's a good chance they can lose over 50% of their party. Because if you think for 1 second that the American people are going to allow these kind of sick, pedophilic motherfuckers to run the government, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming, and they know it, and they're scared, and they should be scared. But instead of staying in your seat of power, fucking resign. You know it's coming, then resign and move to a different fucking country. Because it's coming.
To actually,
and you could pick your poison. You could either resign and move to a different country and lose all your assets, or you can stay here and go to jail. That's your fucking that's your problem, not ours. You don't want to face the consequences of what you fucking did? Then don't do it. It's called deterrence. It's the thing that you're supposed to do when you go to fucking prison. It's supposed to deter people so they don't do stupid shit. You know that thing that we used to do where we'd lock people up for stealing shit so that way businesses could stay open? That thing? Yeah, it's called a deterrence. Maybe you should actually open up the Constitution a little bit and read into it. Huh?
Deeper into the Epstein case. At least not until recently, where it seems like there are some people that are making a push to make it more of a priority.
Bro, I would bet $100 fucking dollars. I would bet 1,000. I don't even have 1,000. I would bet $1,000 that before they release those Epstein files, they would lower the age of consent to like 13 or however the youngest person was that was on that island. That's how sure I am these files aren't going to be released. They would sooner lower the age of consent so no one goes to jail.
And if something can finally come from that, some justice where these criminals get locked up, that would be fantastic. But as of right now, that's still not happening. It is still in this fucking purgatory, and it is disgusting. This shit is absolutely tragic. And yeah, just another bad update, unfortunately, on this whole Jeffrey Epstein case.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to fucking bury it. Of course they are.